Hey, this is Bill Vernon from Keller Williams Realty, the I35 group, and we got a guest on. Kind of, sort of. I guess you're a guest. This is Joe Algren. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So we're talking today. Hey, just out of curiosity, Joe, um, I'm glad we got the memo. You got the memo about the shirts there. We both
Yeah.
got the exact same shirt.
Yep.
And so that's pretty cool. Hey, what do you do on the I-35 team?
Well, I'm a buyer agent, and so that means I help buyers all over the U.S. try to find their house here.
Yeah, I love what you just said. Um, we have a lot of people coming from all over the planet, literally
Yeah.
here, and your job is to help people find homes. So you're pretty verse, and when we say here, you, I'm, we're going to look at the Killeen and Harker Heights market. So you're real understanding on VA loans and dealing with the military at a high level. In fact,
Mhm.
your first client was a officer in the Army, correct?
Yep. Sold his house, yeah, a little while back. So,
Yeah. So you're real experienced in those areas. So what's the market like in general in the area?
well, it's still hot. It's still very much a seller's market. It's still tough for buyers, and we can see based on the housing report that we get. Active listings 2.8, down in the Killeen area.
Mhm.
So less houses means more competition for buyers, and so that's kind of the
Yeah.
story.
What were the closed sales last month? You're talking about January, right?
Yeah, January. The closed sales, we had 251 in January.
And so that was up something like 60.9%
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
previous 2022.
Hmm.
And you were in the middle of that market. I
Yeah.
know that month was very successful for you last year.
Mhm.
Um, so typically, where are most of the houses being sold in the market, price wise?
So that's a good question, and we get that information. So for the Killeen area, about 41% of buyers are sitting in the 100 to 199 range, and then you have 41.9% that are sitting in the 200 to 299 range. So just from 100 to 300,000, you have 80% of the buyers out there.
Right. So that's kind of where you're at. In fact, the median price on a home in the clean area is 201.75 or $750. And the reason I kind of fumbled with that number is I was sitting here, it was not um, before you came on, and I can remember back in the day when it was 164, it was 185. So it
Mhm.
hasn't, because really, uh, comparatively from January of 21 to 22, we've had an appreciation of 22.3%. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's this concept called absorption rate. How quickly, if you put the houses on the market, they would disappear. In fact, people call it months of inventory sometimes, but real estate speak could be absorption rate. What was that for Colleen?
0.4 for Killeen. Months of inventory.
So
So
yeah,
just under a month of inventory.
so in other words, if we put nothing on the market starting today, we
Mhm.
would be out of everything in less than a month.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
less than half a month.
So
About 2 weeks.
if I called you from Korea and said I'm PCSing into Killeen and I want to be in Killeen, how many days is that process really looking like in
Well,
January?
if in January you're looking at is it really matters on how hard we hit the pavement and how good of an offer you make. And that's really what it boils down to, is how hard are we looking, how good of an offer are we making, and that's going to determine how quick we can get under contract. And if you're using a VA loan, we're looking at about 45 days, 40 to 45 days. I talked to the lender yesterday, and so really we're looking at anywhere from 55 to 60 days to get into a house.
Right. Now, if I was a seller, now I know you're a buyer agent, but let's talk about if I was a seller. Days on market usually is on average, an average agent, which, by the way, you're not talking to average agents. The two that are standing in front of you right now that are jabbering at you are not average agents. It's 26 days on the market. In other words, when you put a sign out until you get an offer, it's about 26, with the lending, blah, 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 pushing the paperwork, getting it all title, etc. You're looking at 31. So on average is about 57 days total. It's 5 days less than in 2021, which, by the way, is a whole lot less before COVID. That is lickety split. I'm noticing, though, and this, we're going to kind of chase a rabbit here real quick with that statistic, is in the statewide, it is much bigger number statewide. I think it's in the low 70s, high 60s is the average. So in this area, it's kind of like what you're saying. It's pretty quick, right?
Yeah, it's very quick. And even that 26 days on market kind of surprised me when I read that. I think probably, there's certain situations with houses that are pulling up that statistic, the average. But really it's like 3-4 days. What is it for our team?
Now, for our team, you're typically what we do is we put you on the market on Friday or Thursday. Mm-hmm. And by Monday or Tuesday, we're presenting offers to you. Yeah. Our average is a lot less, and because we got killer buyer agents like you working on the team that puts our houses in front of people, we actively sell your house. We don't put a sign out in the yard and pitch in the MLS and then pray that someone's going to come in. We actively do it. So I look at that 26 days and I just go, dang.
What house out there is pulling up that average?
Right. Yeah. It's kind of wild. So what's going on in Harker Heights?
So Harker Heights is a little different. Not all that different. Median price is sitting at 310, and that's a 34.8% increase from last January 2021. The price distribution, again, we're looking, almost 40% each on the 200 to 300 range. That's 42% of buyers are looking in that range. And then 300 to 400 is actually 36.4% of buyers out there. So we do have, almost $100,000 median price difference between Harker Heights and Killeen. So a little bit higher
right
over there.
There's a lot of building new builds out there that are pulling up the price. Harker Heights doesn't have as many of the pre-owned sales that you have in Killeen. But you're right, it's kind of a little different world over there. What are the active listings and the closed sales? What does that look like?
Closed sales are actually 8.1% lower than last year in January. We had 34 closed sales in this month of January, and then active listings we had 27, which was 42.1% higher than last year January.
Yeah. So, and then we look at the months under inventory. That's still pretty seller's market. in it, you got 0.5 on it. I think what is interesting, and if the geeks that are listening to us were writing down what we were saying, but let me point this out. It is the Killeen and Harker Heights, when we're looking at active listings, You know, Killeen it's down, and Heights it's up by 42.1. It's down 2.8 in Killeen versus the closed sales, which are down. But in Killeen, they're up. I mean, they're down 8.1% over in Heights and 60.9. So Heights is kind of seeing some, I don't know, headwinds. It's kind of interesting. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it is interesting. And the more I talk with people, you know, they're starting to like Harker Heights. There's a lot of newer sections of town over there. So I think that's drawing people in.
Mm-hmm. So what are we looking on days on market over there?
So days on market is
Heights?
average of 21 days to close 30, total of 51 days average.
So you know, it's 6 days less than Killeen, but yeah, you know, it's crazy those that time. So the market's yeah, like we keep saying, is moving very fast in Heights. So if I was your buyer and I came to you, I'm going to wait for the crash to come. What would you say to them?
What crash?
Yeah, yeah. What crash? When is this mythical crash coming?
Yeah, exactly. Let me look at my crystal ball here. If I had a crystal ball and I could tell you, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be on a beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stole my line, huh?
Yeah, if I did, I sure did.
Yeah. If you and I could future cast, we wouldn't be talking to you here. There's no real estate agent that can tell you.
Yeah.
I guess my big thing is the market is competitive here. Can you get a house? I mean, yeah, you get people houses all the time. It's just you know, you got to hit the ground running. And you know, I've been talking in the past, if people are watching past videos, they know about expired listings that didn't sell. Man, here's a statistic for you, Joe. Do you know it doubled? The number doubled from last January to this January.
For expired listings?
Yeah, it doubled.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know you're making that face because you're like, come on, Bill. You know, yeah, we had one in 2021 and we had two last month. So
wow. Yeah.
So there's the big crash. That's a little statistic I'm watching to see when it slows down. And again, if we had 2 months of inventory, that's still what kind of market?
Still seller's market.
Still a seller's market. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So Joe, if I wanted to call the best buyer agent in the Killeen, actually in Bell County, you sell all over Bell County. Yep. If I wanted to reach you, how would I reach you?
Well, you can call me anytime. My phone number is 360-991-1459, or you can email me, Joe at I35group.com, and we'll take care of your real estate needs.
Yeah, cool. You're very experienced. You live over in Temple, but you're very experienced, even in the Cove area and places like that. So if anybody, I know he's on my team, but I'm going to be straight up with you. He is an excellent agent. He works at his craft. I mean, right now, aren't you doing a class? What's the name of the class you're doing right now?
I'll be actually starting the GRI here pretty quick here.
Yeah, right.
Also just finished language of sales. So
right. Yeah. So you're one of those agents that that I love, hence why you're on my team, that realizes that you got to work at this and educate yourself so that you can come and share with your agents, with your clients. So if anybody needs a great agent, here he is. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you get more information about the area real estate in the Central Texas area. And Joe, look forward to seeing you on some more videos.
Sounds good. We'll see y'all later.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.